3, 2, 1.
That felt good. I felt like my ancestors were clapping with me.
Uh-huh.
Like they, all 6 of them came forward.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And each of them was a finger.
Yes. Definitely it was like a palm situation where I felt like I got a good palm suction clap. You know, when you hit it perfectly and it gives a nice little snap sound. That's what yeah. I'm not trying to fill time.
No.
No.
We definitely know what we're doing.
No. So, I don't know if I want to say small confession, but I was outed recently at a production gathering.
Mm-hmm.
We went out for lunch, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should have said that. But anyways, I was outed at a work gathering, I guess.
Could be anything. Could be the production.
It could be anything.
Apples.
Sheet metal. Maybe I work at a sheet metal factory. Who knows? Anyways, I was outed of this gathering that occurs.
Oh, now you're famous.
Now, yeah. So,
was it by the first lady?
Yes, by first lady. Yep.
No, the first lady.
The first lady. Yes.
So, you guess you're famous now.
Yeah. Well.
Big star.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a group effort. So you know.
Well, as long as you did you give them the link? Did you give them our YouTube?
I didn't give a link because I was going to be too embarrassed. But
they'll never find it.
I did give a search.
Oh, the name.
Like I was like, this is what it's called. Do it that way you will. I won't force.
They probably forgot. They probably forgot.
That's good. I mean, like, I'm better if strangers are listening to this than people that I know.
Mm-hmm. I'm best if no one listens to it.
Right?
That's when I'm at my peak performance.
I hope that this goes on to YouTube, and then, like, in 20 years, there's just something happens where we just pop off, and then we're, we'll off sipping Mai Tais in Switzerland.
But I don't know why we can afford that. Yeah, why can we afford that if we're not?
Oh, because we both were in a corporate accident and we got a really good settlement.
Oh, and in the steel factory.
We just got rich. Yeah, in the steel factory. There was a horrible accident at the sheet metal factory.
So we
We're
can't.
Fine.
We don't have arms. I don't have arms. you have to give me the Mai Tai. I don't have
either of my pinkies.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I got a bigger settlement than you.
Yes, but we stayed friends, and I'm now leeching.
Yeah.
I'm the only friend that will hold your Mai Tai up for you.
You understand my position, but 4 fingers is still enough to hold the drink. So that's
ooh. It's no. You saved me. You jumped in front of the sheet metal, and I now feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because you lost your arms to save me. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
All right. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Well, guess I gotta go apply. I mean, no, I already worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this episode is Ulysses S. Grant.
What's that stand for?
The S? Oh, I didn't look that up. Stephen?
Who knows?
Does it say?
I don't know.
Oh, apparently he was born Hiram Ulysses Grant. That's interesting.
So he just
it doesn't say
added an S.
What the heck?
Well, if he was born Hiram Ulysses Grant, he probably just made it up.
And Ulysses Grant stand for? The S doesn't stand for anything.
Wow. I bet you Robert E. Lee does. Oh, it stands for Edward.
Whoa. Hiram Ulysses Grant was stuck with the name Ulysses S. Grant due to mistake by a benefactor on his application from West Point. And as with President S. Truman, the middle initial S does not stand for anything. That is amazing.
Wow. We're learning as we go.
Well, that's amazing. So West Point basically is the American Academy. So they used to call it, I think that's still the slang term for it, is like West Point.
It's like a school?
It's a military school.
Oh, so he's like, I guess, like, because he's such a military man, he spelt his name wrong on the form when he was going to the military. And he's just like,
Or
I guess that's my name now.
Whoever was his benefactor that got him in wrote it that way, and then he was like, well, my name's this now on all of my documentation.
I guess I'll change my Wikipedia.
I guess I'll go change my Wikipedia. That's crazy. I'm glad you asked, because I didn't even think. I was like, oh, whatever, it's just Ness, who cares?
Shorts. We could name him. Call him Sinbad.
I said Steven.
Sinbad.
Ulysses Sinbad Grant. I like that. Shania
Grant.
Shania Grant. Socrates. Ulysses Socrates. Get the both.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I like that one. Many times while reading up, I got confused because I'm so used to seeing his name like fully written out, and they would short form it and just call him Grant.
Oh, yeah.
But his last name's a first name, so like I kept reading it and I'd have to go back and like reread. So I was like, "Who's Grant?" I was like, "Oh,
this guy." They should call him Yuli.
Yuli.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like he is.
He seems like a good president.
So he was another military man that became president. I got mixed reviews from what I read. Some people said he was great. Other people said he was just like this kind of like bumbling idiot. So I think he was good. I think he got a bad rap because he was obviously a military man first. I feel like any moment he maybe wavered on something, they're like, oh, well, it's because he doesn't know politics. But really, he was probably just like an everyday man just trying to like make it happen, who was like buds with Abraham Lincoln. He's like, I'm doing it for my bud. Yeah, but he was born in 1822.
Wait, can you just refresh me on how we ended the last Andrew Johnson? So he wasn't too popular. He was kind of like the other side. He was like the Confederate side, kind of, but not really. And then everyone's like, "Get out of here."
Basically, I didn't look to see the transition period. I just know that Ulysses was a Republican and he was like nominated, but like it was unanimously picked to be the leader of the Republican Party when the election happened.
I guess that makes sense. Like that would have been probably my first pick at the time.
Yeah. He was also like kind of a celebrity too, right? Because he was the general in charge during the end of the Civil War and was in the room with General Lee to go over surrender. So like he was kind of like Civil War famous. So of course everyone was like, "Whoa, cool."
Yeah. Did he want to be president, or was he like a Zachary Taylor?
I think he did, because because he was such good friends with Abraham. I think for him it was like, I want to carry on, because they had very similar like lives. Not that Ulysses was in poverty or grew up in poverty like Abraham did, but Ulysses was also like middle class. His dad was like a leather worker. He grew up being like a tanner. So it's like, it wasn't like he was this like super rich, kind of like silver spoon in his mouth kind of guy who was like into like being a lawyer or whatever. He was just a smart strategist and general who went into the army and against his father's wishes. His father didn't want him to be a military man. His father wanted him to stay and like take over the leather business.
Oh, really? It says here he's quite the horse whisperer.
Quite the horse whisperer, exactly.
There's a whole page on Wikipedia of the horsemanship of Ulysses S. Grant.
I didn't even go into the horse whispering.
Well, you got
I didn't even touch it.
Side quests.
Side quests, yeah. But I do feel like he's definitely a character. Like, I think out of all the presidents we've looked at, he feels like the most, like if I was in a video game, if it was a video game
you're
of
playing
like
Smash.
Yeah, or no, like rubbing shoulders with presidents, and like he would have the best quests. Like I feel like he would be the most entertaining to listen to, and like I don't know, why. Yeah. So yeah, he was the commanding general. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Questions.
Did he have similar views? Like on a scale of Abraham Lincoln to Andrew Johnson, where would you place his his like
He
his Reconstruction dreams?
he skewed a lot closer, not maybe in the exact, like not 100% Abraham, but definitely 80 to 85% towards Abraham Lincoln. Because he. So yeah, so drawn to sense of duty. So yeah, so he was unanimously nominated by the Republican. He stabilized post-war the national economy. So he came in and was like, "Okay, we've been in the shits. We've been in the Civil War for how many years? Everyone's mad. Everyone wants to just like be a country again." He supported the reconstruction of the Congress, so bringing back like the southern states. Helps basically bringing people in, because the treaty and, well, that's not treaty, but like agreement between him and General Lee is they didn't want to put all of these people in like treason. They didn't want to have to go through treason court for all of these people who are just like conscripted, may or may not have believed in the separation of the state. So it's like, we're not going to blame all of these, because it was a civil war. It's not like another country. So it's like, we can't like put all these citizens in jail.
Yeah.
So it was them coming together to figure that out. He also was a part of the 15th Amendment, which was basically the amendment that allowed, or I guess didn't allow the government to choose or deny anybody from voting, whether about race, color, or condition of servitude. Which I think that's pretty big. And then it didn't go into it. I thought it was great. In the Wikipedia, just that he crushed the Ku Klux Klan. So I think he was also like, screw you guys for being idiots. So like he just felt like a rad ass dude who I think was like, I don't know, just like general. He's just an army dude who was just like, fuck you, I'm the president. This is what we're gonna do now. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. He's getting it done.
When was the 14th Amendment passed? Okay.
I don't know
it was
when
a
the
year.
14th was.
I guess it was a year into what's his face?
Probably Andrew Johnson.
Yeah. I think I might have missed that one. Defined citizenship contains the privilege of immunities clause. I guess it means that people of all races are now citizens of.
Yeah. So. Any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor denied to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens. So basically, like, you can't go back, like, you can't, I guess, it's like double ensuring the 13th Amendment.
Oh, wait, so the 15th Amendment was passed with Grant?
That's what it said.
Oh, wow. So black people could vote by that time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it would take longer.
Now, did they? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was probably a lot of systemic racism that happened to get them to the vote.
Like, there was the Ku Klux Klan. When was the
Ku Klux Klan, or just people just being idiots, just be like, oh, the voting's over here when it's not really, type of deal. He appointed African American and Jewish Americans to federal offices. Like, he was very like, all right, let's follow in Abraham Lincoln's footsteps. But there were mixed. So the mixed. Wait, where's my brackets that say mixed? Here it is. Okay, so there were mixed reviews. So I did read a couple articles that were saying that his Congress lacked direction, and he seemed kind of like a bewildered president. One visitor to the White House noted a puzzled pathos as of a man with problem before him, which he does not understand the terms. Like, they're like, but I don't know if that was just like the people trying to like cause rumor that he was this like kind of bumbling idiot. And then another said like the American people were excited for him to become president because he was going to end a bunch of turmoil between the two nations. But then he just like provided no vigor or reform. But then like I have these other things and I'm like, it sounds as though like he was this like he was a general, I think, in both his like working and social life, where he was like a very astute, duty-bound person. That I think they just weren't used to him not like, because I feel like everyone else there had been like a political kind of like using their words to kind of persuade or manipulate, where he was just like, no, this is what we're gonna do, this is what's gonna happen, like in a very like, I'm a general directing people what to do type of deal. So that's pretty cool.
At this point, all the states were back into the union, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There was no old people withholding.
No. Yeah, there were also, so basically what instead of talking about horses, there were two scandals that, well, there's probably more than one scandal that happened, but two that were like the most famous under his presidency. One was called the gold ring scandal.
Sounds juicy.
Which was also referred to as Black Friday. Does that sound familiar to you?
Is that a stock market crash?
No, well, kind of. But in modern times, what's Black Friday to you?
Oh, shopping.
Shopping day. So, and I'll call. Does that have a connection? Maybe.
I don't know.
Why
do they call it Black Friday for shopping?
Well, let me.
You know the answer.
I'm so glad you asked. For a question that was not set up whatsoever. Well, some people think it's because around near the end of the year, a lot of companies are in the red, as they say.
Oh, I see.
Meaning they haven't made a lot of money. And then, of course, when you're in the black, it means you're profiting. So Black Friday around this time, they say, oh, that's why we call it Black Friday, because we're basically increasing our profits. But the first time the term Black Friday was used was during this gold ring scandal that happened, which was, again, the stock market didn't crash, but it got dangerously close. And so basically in like the 60s, when there was companies noticed a section of time between Thanksgiving and then the Army-Navy football, which I assume is the now Super Bowl. Sorry, people who are listening, I don't know football whatsoever,
American.
so I don't know the history of football. We have the Argonauts. I don't know, man.
I watched the Weekend play the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I watch it for the commercials. I'll watch the halftime show, and that's about it. I know there's yards.
There's touchdowns.
And I know that they can't dance anymore.
Why not?
I don't know, it's like a weird rule I remember hearing that passed. Like, they couldn't, celebrate their touchdowns anymore, as aggressively from, what we remember.
Is this because they used to
cheer.
Do you remember when they used to take the knee and people got mad at them?
Yep. No, this one I think was more, I think they were getting paid by advertisers to do certain things.
Oh, they're doing Fortnite dances?
Yeah, stuff like that, where it's you're taking up time and also, you're getting money for something on top of. Yeah. But I'm like, whatever. If they want to do a backflip, let them do a backflip. It's exciting. They won the game.
Maybe don't do a backflip. You might hurt yourself. Do a safe dance.
That's true.
You might get a concussion.
Yeah, like the Cabbage Patch.
Flossing.
Or the Dougie.
Or
the Charleston.
Or
planking. That's safe.
that's a throwback. You can plank on
throwback
top of the
2012?
Planking. It was a simpler time.
Was a simpler time. What was the one called where people would be just doing normal things and the beat would drop and everyone would just be dancing crazy in the background?
It's called the Harlem Shake.
The Harlem Shake. Thank you.
Boop, 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 boop. Did you ever do a Harlem Shake, Dutch?
I don't think so.
I did.
I don't have memory of it, but it's a high possibility.
Well, how about this video I'm about to pull up? Just kidding.
No.
Can you imagine if I had your Harlem Shake video ready to play?
I would be concerned. Because I have a goldfish memory, so I don't even think it exists. But that just means you're looking me up, and I don't like that.
Oh, I know everything about everyone.
Oh, no, no, no. So.
What's this button do?
The gold ring. Uh-oh.
I'm just...
It's probably end call.
No, I don't know. I'm not going to press it.
Does it say that was easy?
No, it's Discord. It's so much garbage here now. They did an update. There's so many
Oh, is
dumb
it the
buttons.
little music button?
No, it's a rocket ship.
Oh. Oh, that's Nitro, I think.
If I press it, what happens?
So, like, Nitro... it'll just bring you to... It's their premium version of Discord that you pay for.
Nah.
I'm, like, 90% sure.
I'll pass.
Oh, no. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. That one is start an activity, so we can play, like, tic-tac-toe while we're on a call together.
Oh.
Also, you just leaked that we're on Discord.
No.
Way to go.
No, I'm not. We're not recording on Discord. We're.
That's true. We're just on a Discord call and we're recording elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm getting distracted. I'm just opening apps up and stuff.
Welcome to the... What is it when people... the director's cut or the
Behind the
commentary?
scenes.
Behind the scenes.
We should have a commentary of this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. We were gonna do that. We did... Wait,
Oh yeah,
did
we
do it?
were gonna do it for the one that we stopped
where
recording.
my computer restarted and then it was you on the other side realizing that I lost a full hour of recording. And it was a very emotional moment. It was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did add the end of that one to it.
Oh, okay.
But that's it.
Good.
Anyways, back to it.
Back to the gold ring.
Yeah. What is the
gold ring? The gold ring was a scandal. So there were two investors, Jay Gould and James Fisk, which I recognize those names, but I don't know if that's just because they're like very basic rich white man names.
Well, maybe Wilson Fisk.
So maybe, yeah. Maybe it was just was that not Deadpool,
Kingpin.
The guy, Kingpin. But who's the guy with the devil horns?
Daredevil.
See, I got there eventually.
You got it.
Anyway, so James and Jay, I don't know whose partner was who or who they knew, but they had connections with a guy named Abel Corbin.
Cool name.
Who was married to Virginia Grant,
Whoa.
who was Ulysses Grant's sister.
Okay.
And so James and Jay were like, we're two investors who owned and were in control of majority of the gold in the stock market and in the gold market.
They just were gold bugs?
They were just gold bugs. They'd made smart choices in business, and they were like rich, and they were like, we want to get richer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call up our friend Abel Corbin and get ourselves a meeting with Ulysses Grant, the President of the United States.
Of course. Let's
go hang out with him, rub elbows, have some whiskey, have some drinks, and oil some hinges, as they say.
Hinges.
And so during Ulysses Grant's Ulysses's presidency, to try and bring back the economy, one of their policies was to sell treasury gold. So they would sell it in chunks in weekly intervals to slowly pay off the national debt.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that stabilized the dollar. It boosted economy everywhere. And they would sell it,
Did you just say the economy was everywhere?
I might have.
It was everywhere.
I don't know. What does that economy is everywhere. I don't know what I was trying to say.
The economy was everywhere.
It's everywhere. I think it was supposed to be boosted the economy everywhere is what that sentence was, but I dropped a few words because sometimes I'm brain dyslexic.
I might have heard it wrong too.
No. I say a sentence half in my head and then the rest of it out loud, and then I'm confused why people aren't answering me, and they're like, all you said was bread, and I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I said, where is the bread?
Well,
anyways, so the economy was everywhere. Oh, and one time I couldn't remember how to say oh my god, I almost did it again. Brain, the pepper,
salt,
cayenne pepper.
Cayenne
pepper.
Did you say cyan pepper?
No, I say Kanye pepper.
Kanye pepper.
Instead of cayenne pepper.
Kanye.
I don't know what it is. And my brain just like and that took me. I kept saying no.
Easy.
I can't even say it now.
Cayenne.
Cayenne pepper. Oh my god. It's fine. I'm fine. Anyways. So that was their plan, and it was working really great, and everything was starting to kind of, settle. And so the James and Jay, it worked. They were able to get in and learn about this policy.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
so the Treasury was selling gold to them?
The U.S. President Treasury was selling it to the stock market. It was just selling it out.
Right.
So they were using their own gold, and they were kind of like flooding it into the system just to add money into the economy that is everywhere.
It is. Yeah.
So that then it is everywhere, and so basically they got in that insider information that's what was happening, and so then James and Jay were able to then buy up all. They knew when that gold was being sold
mm-hmm.
and at what price, so they were able to buy it before anybody else and just keep it for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little bit of gold arbitrage, perhaps.
A little bit, yeah, exactly. A little bit of insider trading, as they say. And during this time as well, they told Grant's Secretary of Treasury, that saying that the current gold sales, that were coming out was going to be harmful for Western farmers, which was a lie. They were like, you're gonna have to like slowly stop selling the gold out, because the farmers can't buy it right now. So just stop doing it. And I'm sure they said it in much better words than I just did. But the treasurer believed that, and so stopped selling the gold, to which then all of the gold that James and Jay had collected, they were now the only controllers of like a huge pile of gold during this time, which then the prices of wheat went up. The market had been relying upon this like slowly integrating gold into the market that all of a sudden stopped, and Ulysses found out about this,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know if he figured it out or if he kind of put two and two together. He realized that Jay and James had basically fucked with him,
mm-hmm.
and had done a scheme to kind of like make some money. And he instantly, I like to say he went beast mode, but I don't know if that was true or not. I feel like I'm making this like fantasy version of Ulysses S. Grant, but I just imagine him going like general mode. He basically went to Corbin, who was his brother-in-law, telling him, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling all of your gold, whatever gold you have. Because Corbin also made money off of this because he was a partner with Jay and James.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you're done in the market. Sell all of your gold this instant, and also we'll be releasing $4 million in the government gold out to the public to rectify this. Mm-hmm. And then I'm assuming Jay and James got fined and to pay back a lot of their stuff. But that basically immediately drove down the price of gold, so everyone could, participate in the economy that is everywhere, and crush that gold ring. So basically, evened it all out. So not just two people were controlling all of this madness.
I gotta say,
basically,
James Fisk or Jim Fisk, nice mustache.
Jay Gold and James Fisk.
Nice mustache.
Tisk tisk.
Tisk on Mr. Fisk.
Oh, tisk on Mr. Fish. And basically, Grant avoided a national depression, the crashing of the stock market for doing that. Right. If he was a corrupt president and was like, yeah, let's make some money, they would have been fucked. Well, but he was like, whoa, no one's gonna pull fast money on me.
Mm-hmm. And now, thanks to him, we have Black Friday.
And now we have Black Friday.
So
exactly.
wait,
that whole scandal inspired Black Friday.
In which sense? Just because.
Just that. I don't know if I shouldn't say inspired. They
named
the
name to say.
it was already this whole thing. They called it. I guess the Friday was when. I guess it may have been a Friday. They called it Black Friday when the stock market was about to crash, mm-hmm. before Grant came in and did it. So they always used to just call it Black Friday. Mm-hmm. And so then when later whatchamacallit, the conglomerates of our corporations of the world were like, hey, let's name this random Friday between Thanksgiving and Super Bowl so we make some more money. I don't know, this gold ring conspiracy happened. Let's call it Black Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a nice little story. It's
nice little story, yeah, exactly.
It's kind of interesting, just how like gold has always been. I don't know. People always like gold.
Gold, yeah. Now gold these days is not priced very good.
No. It's because you got NFTs now.
NFTs. My bank is all electronic.
Yeah.
I don't see my money.
I don't even know if I.
Sorry, I'm getting
No worries. Or I don't even know if how to tell if gold's real. Do you chew on it?
I mean, you could, but I think is gold soft?
Yeah, it's like malleable.
Yeah, I think that's that when you see that trope of people biting when they get a coin.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I think, a real gold coin. You'll be able to like bite into it, where I think a lot of people would like use an iron or a copper,
mm-hmm.
and then like just like paint it gold to try and like pull a fast one.
Who? Have you ever heard of the story? I think it was like Boris Johnson or something. I guess I think it was Boris Johnson. Someone won a gold medal in the Olympics.
And like bid it?
Yeah, and I don't know if it was Boris Johnson, but some politician bid it, and then they left their teeth marks in it, and then the person got so mad,
shit.
and so the Olympics had to give them another gold medal.
Oh my god. I wouldn't be. I think that'd be hilarious. Because I have, my mom has,
Oh, it was a Japanese.
we have two Oh, that's hilarious. I have we have two silver cups. So my mom has a silver cup from when she was a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and then she got me one when I was a baby, and it has like our names engraved on it, and the like I don't know when she gave it to me. She gave it to me as a baby for like a picture, and I like bit it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see like I bit. No, I'm getting two Christmas decorations mixed up. There's a tin. There's a little Christmas tin that was a decoration, and my uncle or my mom handed it to me, and I like bit it, and I bit it so hard, like I scraped the paint off of the tin in like one section, and so forever, like in the tin, my mom wrote like second Christmas tries to eat the Christmas. Oh, I just said beep it.
I'll have to beep it up. It's every time.
Dutch.
It's every time that you picture your name being written.
Yeah, exactly. Because I see it in my head, so I say it, and I don't think it's not assigned to me. That's hilarious. Anyways, so it's like a little Santa like tin thing. So I think that if I won an Olympic medal and I bit it and my teeth marks were in it, I would keep it.
Then your mom would write Dutch.
The whole point of the story. And then, Dutch.
Dutch bit this.
I like that it's always me because I'm like I don't care. Like I do and I don't. I don't want people to know, but it's hard.
Well, that's the P.
I don't know how people don't do it.
Say their name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like you've never done it.
Yeah, I don't really talk about myself in the third person, I guess.
That's true.
Like I'd be more likely to say. I don't know if I'd be more. I don't know. My OPSEC's pretty tight. Dutch.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Killing
You're better than me.
I'm the OG deep throat.
Yikes.
All right. What you said there was two things?
Two scandals.
What's
the other
scandal
scandal was the whiskey scandal.
Whoa.
Which is less exciting than the gold ring. Because the gold ring had, like, Wall Street corruption. I could also see the gold ring being a... Like, you could make that into a movie. Mm-hmm. Like, do a, like, Wolf of Wall Street.
Jonah Hill.
Wall Street kind of, like...
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
But, like, back in, like... I don't know. What is it, like, the 1820s? Mm-hmm. When was he president again?
He was born in the 1820s. Ulysses, correct?
Born in the 1820s.
It probably would have been the 60s.
1869 to 1877.
Yeah.
So like do it in like the late 18. I guess that's is that the 19th century because we're always one ahead.
Yeah.
Because right now we're in the
21st.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be the
Anyways.
19th century. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be a fun like juxtaposition, like do like a Wall Street kind of like gritty, them like making deals with gold,
Biting it. Montage of them biting all their gold.
montage of them biting all of their gold and it bending, and them sending it back and being mad that there were bite marks in it. So the whiskey scandal, or the whiskey ring, was basically in 1871 to about 1876. In St. Louis, there were whiskey distillers that bribed the officials from the U.S. Department of Treasury to basically increase profits of whiskey and evade taxes. So they could like make a bunch of money. And a lot of Grant's Justice Department was prosecuted during it. 'Cause I think everyone was like, ooh, free whiskey, don't mind if I do. You're going to pay me some money and give me this crate of whiskey so that you don't have to pay taxes? You got it, sir. Bye. The kingpin of the operation, which is so funny that I had the word Fisk and kingpin, and I didn't even put two and two together.
And Gold's name was Gold.
And Gold's name was Gold.
Did you put that together?
No,
Whoa,
I didn't.
that's a classic thing to connect.
Man. Well, it was General John MacDonald.
Wait a minute.
Not that
John
MacDonald,
A.
different John
MacDonald.
MacDonald. No. What did the A stand for in John A.
No,
MacDonald?
just stood for nothing.
Classic. They all just stand for nothing. John had been, Grant had personally appointed him to be the revenue collector for Missouri, in 1869. And then John took it upon himself to go, cool, I'm gonna make some money now, and I'm gonna make sure that all of these whiskey distillers don't pay any taxes. We're gonna make a shit ton of money. I'm not gonna go through. I'm the revenue collector, so I can cover it up. I'll make it look like they're paying taxes when they're actually not. And we're all gonna be drunk on whiskey, and we're gonna be super freaking rich.
Oh yeah.
And they did it for like 4 years, so cool. But they eventually found out, I think, obviously after 4 years of saying, yes, we're paying taxes, but no money to show for it type of deal. MacDonald was fined for $5,000 and sentenced to serve 18 months in federal prison.
Wow.
MacDonald's associate and president... MacDonald's associate, his last name was Washington. I'm not sure his first name.
George.
Was also not that Washington, different Washington. Everyone wants to be Washington. Was also sent to prison, as well as Grant's private secretary, Orville E.
Redenbacher.
Babcock, actually.
I think it speaks pretty well for him that he wasn't involved in any of these things, but it was just the people he assigned.
No. Exactly. It was the people he brought on to be a part of his administration or district. So that's why I think a lot of people gave him a bad rap, because they're like, oh, you brought all these people on,
crew.
And they did all these things. He was like, well, I think he was giving not his buddies, but like definitely, because it was this, John MacDonald was a general as well. So it's like, buddies. Okay, I'm bringing in my war buddies. Hey guys, look at this great opportunity, and like gave all these people the chances who just like fucked it up basically. And
what
that
when does abolition start, like for alcohol? Do you know?
I don't think it's until the 20s.
Okay, so it's still 40 years away.
Still a while away. Yeah, because that happened.
Was that a war thing? I guess we'll have to learn.
No, it was. I think after the Depression or before. I can't remember, because I know it's definitely before the Roaring 20s. Because basically, when I don't know my history that well, but I roughly know, like, the war happened, the First World War, and that put a lot of strain on the U.S. The stock market crashed, and that's what got the Great Depression, because there was just no money to be had. And then finally, I think the war brought them out of it, because the war brought in money, because then other countries were paying the United States to come and fight in the World War, which brought them back to a stable economy. And then the Roaring Twenties happened, because basically all the booze came back, and everyone was rich again, everyone was happy. Because they're like, sweet, we don't have to live in the desert anymore.
Phew.
But that's my, like, very rough kind of remembrance of what that history is.
We'll have to find out.
Prohibition.
Oh, that's what it's called? I thought it was called abolition. I guess that makes sense.
I think it's prohibition.
You're right. Prohibition.
1920 to 1933. Look at me go.
1920? So it was Woodrow Wilson.
A nationwide constitutional law prohibited the production, importation, and transportation, and the sale of alcoholic beverages.
Man, I'd be so ticked off.
Yeah.
But I would like to go to a speakeasy.
I know, right? Those have been so funny. Because it's funny, too, it's like, as much as they said it's against the law, it still happened, which then just criminalized it, because then it was people who were just trying to make it happen.
Yeah, but then you get...
And the First World War was in 1917?
I think so. It was 2 years or so.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that, though, is that you get to go into a warehouse, then you like open up a barrel and you climb into the barrel, and then it's a secret bar. And then they're doing the Charleston.
I've seen ones where it's like the modern ones now, it's like a laundromat. Then one of the laundromat is like one of the washer to dryers is actually a door.
Like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And they're doing they're doing that thing with their knees where they move their hands across.
the bee's knees.
Yeah, the bee's knees dance. I can just picture it now.
The Great Depression. Oh, and the Great Depression was from 1929 to 1939.
Jeez.
In 1920 they say no alcohol for the nation. 9 years later they go into the Great Depression.
No.
Yeah. So
it's no surprise to me.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so the negative effect of the Great Depression lasted until the beginning of World War II. So I just got my wars mixed up. So basically, that's what brought them out of it, was the Second World War.
Damn, that's a long time to be in a depression.
Yeah, it was wild.
That'd like ruin your life.
It did. Yep. Yeah. Construction was halted in many countries. Farming communities in rural areas suffered as crops price fell about 60%. There were few jobs, but that's not until we're still a while away from that, because we're with Ulysses in like 1873, so we're still another, I guess, less than a decade. No, that decade's 10. Is decade 10 or 100?
A century's 100.
So a decade's 10. So yeah, more than a couple we're a few decades away still.
They're just being born right now.
Was president? Yeah. Who was the president between 1829? I know everyone out there is like, why don't you know this off heart? Aren't you the experts? No.
Nope. We are.
No, I'm not. 19. So it was Calvin Coolidge and Herbert Hoover. So Calvin left office on March 4th, 1929, and Herbert Hoover, who's, I think the Hoover Dam is named after, was the president from... Wait, this is wrong. No, I'm correct.
They both look like really boring people. No fun.
Yeah. And then Franklin D. Roosevelt from 1933 to 1945, who would have been, would have seen the end of the Great Depression.
Wow.
During his reign.
That's wild.
Yeah. But would have been the president during the Second World War.
Right.
Which I think will be big. That's when you start to get into the, like...
The stuff that I know, actually.
The crazy... Yeah. So that was taught in all schools.
Mm-hmm.
Woodrow Wilson would have been the president during the First World War from 1913 to 1921. Which will be an interesting...
Mm-hmm. But did America even fight in World War One?
That's a great question.
I don't seem to remember them. It says neutrality in World War One. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but
interesting.
Yeah, I seem to remember Canada only went because of England.
Yeah. Still under the Commonwealth.
Here's something interesting. For Ulysses S. Grant, third term attempt. Says stalwarts led by Grant's old political ally Roscoe Conkling saw Grant's renewed popularity as an opportunity to regain power and sought to nominate him for presidency for a third term. And then opponents called it a violation of the unofficial two-term rule in use since George Washington. Grant said nothing publicly but wanted the job and encouraged his men. Washburn urged him to run. Grant demurred, saying he would be happy for the Republicans to win with another candidate, though he preferred James J. Blaine to John Sherman. I wonder if he ended up running.
So this one's telling me that they did fight in the First World War.
America?
Yeah, so the United States entered the war on the side of the Allies in April 1917, while the Bolsheviks seized power in Russia in the October Revolution and made peace with the Central Powers in early 1918. Freed from the Eastern Front, Germany launched an offensive in the West on March 1918, hoping to achieve a decisive victory before American troops arrived in significant numbers. I do think, though, in the First World War, the Americans did say neutrality, but came at the very end.
Right, that is
all right,
yeah.
cool.
I remember now.
Yeah, and so they were like, we're not fighting whatever this is, and then whatever happened, there was a deal that was made, and then the U.S. was like, all right, cool, I'm in. Because it lasted from... I think it started in 1915, but it wasn't considered a world war until that, 1917, 1918, because more and more countries were joining the Allied forces, and Canada... It didn't become a country until 1982. Mm-hmm. No. Yes. That doesn't seem correct.
What was the year?
1867. Never mind. Sorry. Jesus. So that's so crazy. I literally just said, when did Canada become a country? And the biggest, boldest date says April 17th, 1982. Which I don't know what that means. But then under that, it says, yeah, it's just Google. And then under that, it says 1867.
Never can trust Google. Never can trust the Google smart.
I said that. I know. I just was like, I trust that number so quickly, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not correct. 82. People are still alive from that, born that year.
You don't know? Canada was only just started in the 80s.
Yeah, we just became a country in the past 60 years.
So how did this guy die? How did Ulysses S. Grant die?
Well, it's a little sad. He died of throat cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he around the time that he retired, he learned he had throat cancer. I don't know if it was when he retired from being president. I doubt it, because he went until...
It says he died in 1885.
1885, so yeah, and he was only the president until 1877, so he probably just did, military work and was a general and did other stuff. But he started to kind of pay off a lot of his debts to provide for his family. And racing against death, he produced a memoir. A memoir, an autobiography, which is not correct. I always have that argument with people. Anyways, ultimately, he learned like $450,000 from that memoir. Again, being this like famous general who was part of the Civil War, and he literally completed the last page before he died in 1885, and basically was able to provide for his family even after death, which is pretty crazy.
That's pretty cool.
The one thing I didn't touch upon was some of his Civil War stuff. So, at the outbreak of the Civil War, Grant was working with his father at the leather store while going to school at West Point. And during the war, he was appointed by the governor to command an unruly volunteer regiment. So he was kind of given, like, maybe not the shitty end of the stick, but definitely something that no one else really wanted to do. And because he was just kind of just a lowly officer, they're like, all right, go for it. And he, like, whipped them into shape. And they were, like, they rose, this regiment rose in the ranks. And so they're like, okay, he did a really good job with, like, bringing these volunteers together and actually being a great group of army men. Let's give him a go. And he just kept rising up through the ranks. Apparently in Shiloh, which I don't know what battle that was, but it was a very bloody battle during the Civil War. A lot of there were a lot of demands to have Grant's removal from the army as a general, but Lincoln defended, saying, "I can't spare this man. He fights," and just basically staying beside him, being like, "I can't, like, he's done what he was ordered to do, even though I guess they lost this like very bloody battle." And in 1864, Lincoln appointed him as general-in-chief, and I think I kind of touched upon it during the end of it. He was the one that basically drove the Civil War home and pinned down General Robert E. Lee's army in Northern Virginia and called for surrender.
Killed all the vampires.
Oh yeah, a lot of his staff that he brought onto the White House were from the army, which I think I mentioned. After he was the president, he became he had a financial firm, but unfortunately he went bankrupt with that firm. So that's why he wrote his memoir and was trying to sell off debts, try to provide for his family, because he was bankrupt at the time. And he did serve under Polk. He was
in the military?
An officer in the military under Polk.
So then you probably fought in
the Mexican War. Yeah.
That makes sense. Get some experience before
which I love that. I love that string of like history, or like
it's all connected.
It's all connected. Like, I'm sure then, like, him fighting in that Mexican War, not knowing that his eventual path would be president of the United States.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you were to go back in time and tell him that, he'd be like, "You're
Who,
crazy.
Me?
Why are you wearing shoes that have zippers?" Like,
me, Ulysses S. Grant.
Hiram? Me?
Hiram S. Grant. Because at this point his name was S now.
Yeah. He hadn't. Yeah. I'm S. I think he shouldn't change it to a money sign.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
Big time.
That'd be. Oh yeah, I would totally change my name to a money sign. Call me Dollar Throat. See, I was almost gonna say my name there. My last name, at least.
Okay, good. As long as it's not just me, you know.
Maybe I'll say it.
So
I'll say it just to make you feel better.
For solidarity. Yeah. I mean, you did lose your arms in that horrific sheet metal accident, so you've done enough.
Yeah, I've done enough damage.
Well, that's Ulysses S. Grant.
Who's next week? Have you ever heard of a guy named Rutherford B. Hayes?
No, but my mom's best friend from high school's last name was Rutherford.
Wow. Maybe
No
related.
relation.
Who knows? I don't know. I've never heard of this guy. Do you know what's wild? We're almost at 25.
Yeah.
Well, not really. We're at 18.
Well.
But in a couple months.
That is. It's closer to 25 than it is to 10. Mm-hmm. No, it's not. That's also going to
In a couple months, we'll be halfway. No, wait a minute. 40, 46, 23. Okay. So soon we'll be halfway. In 4 more episodes.
I will be interested when we are doing this during an election.
True, yeah. Yeah, and I wonder if we'll be done by the next one. We're going to have to do Ron DeSantis, maybe. Or Joe Biden. We will see.
Yeah, because the 2024, I think it's the next election. But they'll do it.
Yeah. They're already started in the process.
They're starting now, yeah.
But it'll be a year and a half before it actually happens.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe who knows? Depends how many vacations we take.
Yeah. That's true. Which, summer's here, so.
True. I'm already taking it easy, so.
Don't remind me. I need to keep it easy, but I don't.
Know what you need to remember?
But this isn't therapy. This is my favorite president podcast.
You can turn it into therapy, but it'd have to be anonymous therapy.
Anonymous therapy with code words and me not saying my name.
Yep.
I'm only at 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. For 18 episodes?
Yeah. That's 1 every 9.
Pretty good.
Wait, which one did you say it again? Was it by any
average.
chance William Henry Harrison?
I think so.
So every 9. It's called the Dutch Curse. Every 9 episodes.
The Dutch. Oh, whoa.
So the next one you say it will be. Wait. It'll be 27. So it'll be William Howard Taft.
That tracks.
Bullocks.
My grandfather's name was William too. So.
Yeah. Wow. William Henry. Wait a minute. William Henry Harrison. What's this guy's name? Oh, his name's not William Grant. If it was, it would be the William Curse. Maybe your name is William.
Whoa. Well, my this isn't my name, but this is what I was going to be named Billy after my grandfather, which I'll say the full sentence after we're done recording because that includes my last name. So we'll that's for the Patreon.
I'm already editing this.
Oh. That's true.
But
I don't want to have to
save it
do
for the
beats,
Patreon.
though.
Save it for the Patreon.
I'll save it for the Patreon. I'm going to put behind a paywall to learn my last name. Anyways, honestly, I think Ulysses is definitely
He seems pretty good. He didn't do.
I loved him. He's great.
Did he?
I kind of feel like I don't want to have Abraham Lincoln is such a powerhouse that I'm
hard to beat.
He's in his own list. It's hard to beat. So without having Abraham Lincoln in the standings, I would put Ulysses, Martin Van Buren. Ulysses has gone above and beyond what Martin Van Buren, who used to be.
I'd say he's top 5 for me right now. What did he help bring the world back together at all?
Yeah, he helped the economy and he helped basically stabilize and bring back all of those southern states. Because I think people respected him a lot. They were like, oh, as much as he was the guy we were general for the guy we were fighting, he did it honorably and he did it, I don't know what the other word is for, but even though he was the one that kind of pinned generally down and got him to surrender, I do think it was done with a respectful, you're a general, I'm a general, let's end this type of deal. So it feels very valiant, I guess. So
taking the L with dignity. The Confederates.
Pop off, Queen.
For mid cap for real.
Yeah.
Fame.
On God.
On God. On guard.
He's him,
She. She's me.
Hey, I'm a. Anyways, that's it. That's all she wrote, folks.
All right. Well, it is a past hour, so we have permission to wrap it up at any time.
Hot
We
dog,
should
as the kids say.
give ourselves a little pre-roll just to let the song go. Oh.
Oh, okay. No, what a beautiful song
And
that
that-
is.
it never does
Did you
go.
write that
No,
yourself?
I think it's called Hail to the Chief.
Hail to the chief.
Okay.
What a
And
world.
now we'll sing the last part and we'll pretend like we're synced up with it. Ready? Da 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 da.
Oh. Thanks again for, jumping in front of that sheet metal
No
for
problem. Thanks for losing your thumbs. Thanks for holding my drink this whole recording.
me. Bye, everybody.
See ya.